It's like 3 lives I've been meaning to channel for the past 2 weeks. I've just been pressure, exhaustion, just learning, relearning, cleansing. Um, this year is starting off very interesting. I still have my balloon. It actually still has a lot of air in it. Oh, I'm sending you love, light, healing vibrations. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for being open to what I have to say. Thank you for being interested. Thank you for being present. Thank you for connecting with me. Um, I'm gonna see if I can do all three of them. Uh, you know, people can be very funny nonetheless. Energies can be very loud and in your face, but the most important energy of all is the energy to yourself, the energy to spirit, the energy to nature, animals, um, because as you heal, everything that you touch is going to heal, right? And sometimes when you are vibrating very, very high, people, places, and things are going to get irritated by that simply because that's not their vibration, or they didn't know that it was possible to reach that high of a vibration, or it's just it brings about some kind of irritation, some kind of jealousy, some kind of enviousness, some kind of like evil eye. But just cleanse, return back to sender, continue to do your best, continue to take care of yourself to the best of your ability, and continue to keep your eyes on your prize and focus on your side of the street. And somebody has told me, and they've reiterated a couple of times within this new year, that as long as you're taking care of you, you can't worry about the next person's side of the street. So whatever their mess is, whatever their reality is, whatever their chaos is, granted, we all go through things, but focus on yourself. Let this be a year of you focusing on yourself. If last year didn't teach you anything, I hope and pray it taught you how to remove yourself from situations, people, places, and things that do not serve you. Or else you'll continue to play out certain patterns, certain cycles, certain habits that just don't mean you well. 1111 in the chat. Yes, make it a powerful new beginning. Honestly, each day we get blessed with is a new beginning, so you don't have to wait for the new year to start. And I would say another thing that I've been told to share is, like, just because it's a new year, don't get so hell bent on, I have to make these changes, it has to happen right now. As long as you're taking things one day, one step at a time, and you're being consistent, um, you will get to where you're trying to go. You will become who you're trying to become, and you'll have whatever it is you're trying to obtain. Keep your intentions pure, keep your heart light, move with love. Let love lead you. Not everybody is able to access that frequency. Not everybody is able to exude that frequency. Not everybody even understands what that means, because they don't even love themselves, okay? But if that is somebody else's reality, don't take on that energy. Know what is of you, what is not of you. Um, Let this be a year of no more over explaining. Say what you have to say. If you feel guided to speak up on your behalf, pick and choose your battles wisely, but just no more back and forth. Don't over explain, don't over analyze, don't feel the need to, constantly reiterate. Just say what you mean what you say, release it with love, move with love, let love guide you, and you'll be okay. Um, because what I've been noticing is every time you're trying to get on the right track, or every time you are making strides and steps forward, not only can we hold our own selves back by self-sabotaging, by overthinking, by anxiety, allowing anxiety to creep in to tell us we can't do this. You know, the imposter syndrome of who do you think you are? This is not who you were before. Who told you, or what audacity do you have, the nerve that you have to think that you can try to be better, do better, become better? And make sure you are releasing those self. That was so interesting. You see, when you are trying to do something, that's confirmation that things will try to hold you back. Sometimes energies, entities, people, places, and things, lower vibrations, they will try to pull you out of alignment. I'm happy I was able to pick up where I left off. I pray whoever this message is supposed to reach, they're able to receive it wholeheartedly, openly. Yeah, the thing about expose, what I realized, what year was that? Maybe it was the year of like 2022 or before that. It's just when things really, you come into an understanding of, if you expose yourself to yourself, you don't have to worry about anybody exposing you. It's not even so much about you telling your business to everybody. It's not even so much about you revealing your personal information. Just if you expose yourself to yourself and you stand in your truth, you own your truth, you own whatever you did, whatever role you may have played, you don't have to worry about somebody exposing you. You don't even have to worry about somebody trying to make you look bad, because it's kind of like, you know what it is, you know what it isn't, you know what you did, and you accept it, right? And you move forward. So yeah, sometimes people are just on opposite sides of teams, and that's okay. Just know what team you're on, who you're working for, and what your purpose is, right? And as long as you stay in alignment, you will be okay. Like, allow the energy to return back to sender. Somebody, I don't know if that person realized the last, I think I spoke about it on one of my lives. I don't remember what live it was. Was it the toxicity live that I was talking about? Or honest moments? I don't know. Either way, somebody called me on my birthday, and maybe they didn't know that it was my birthday, but the energy was very much off, and the call was just like unnecessary. Honestly, I shouldn't have been talking to this person to begin with, but you can't help who you care about, can't help who you make connections with, and you can't help how you feel about them, but you do have to put up boundaries. The boundaries are to protect yourself, to respect yourself, and to make sure you are moving with your values, your morals, your intentions, and your pure heart and mind, if you do happen to have a pure heart. But it was like towards the end of the night, and it really, that phone call really rubbed me the wrong way. So I was already having a blissful day, and then it's like something so small came in, and it was just kind of, it was just weird. And it had me thinking like, okay, my birthday is December 30th, then 31st is the day after, then the first is the new year, right? Officially. I was thinking to myself, like, moving forward, this is not the kind of energy I want to be in, with striving to do better and be better. This is not the kind of energy I want to put out. This is not the kind of energy I want to entertain. And I had to put up my boundaries of blocking, returning to sender, because it gets to a point where you just don't even, you waste energy trying to explain, let alone over explain something to someone when they are clearly showing you they cannot understand you, because they're not on that frequency. They're not on that wavelength. They're not on that vibration. You have to, in order to understand somebody, you have to be open. Not only do you have to be open, you have to know how to call yourself out on your own BS, because sometimes other people can only be reflections, right? Reflections of either what we still need to work on, what we've already worked on, what we're in the process of working on, or what we are the complete opposite of. And based off of those understandings and those observations and those just perspectives, you know how to move, right? Move accordingly. Move with the intention of just, you don't have to deal with it. Keep that in mind. You don't have to deal with it if you don't want to deal with it. And if you do want to deal with it, by all means, if you want your life to be chaotic, you have every right to do whatever you want to do where it's very chaotic. If you want your life to be peaceful, simple, blissful, joyful, you want to be able to do what you want with who you want, however you want to be able to walk in the light, you want to be able to walk in the sunshine, you want to be able to walk in the rain, you want to be able to, be sad when you want to be sad, or be happy when you want to be happy. You have free will, you have choice to do that, but do not allow anyone, any person, place, or thing to try to steal anything that rightfully belongs to you. Nobody can actually take it. You can only give it away. So even with saying it being stolen, it's like if you give somebody your free will to choose choose your own decisions and make decisions for yourself, you kind of like, you voluntarily sign up to take on their energy, right? Where you might have been okay, but now you're the complete opposite of that. You have the right to do that too. But keep in mind, what energy you entertain, what energy you put out, what energy you welcome in, these are all going to reflect you, right? If what you're doing does not reflect who you are, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. And if what you are doing does reflect who you are, by all means. Um, Thank you so much. Yeah, we're definitely all mirrors to a certain extent. Good morning, you guys. Okay. Now, what else? I'm trying to make sure I'm touching on the channeled messages. Yeah. 2025. I know the live was interrupted, but I was able to resume. So hopefully you can receive the message. Who knows what that person was going through, or who knows what may have triggered them? Who knows what entity they allowed, or what demon they allowed to use them? Because last year, or the year before last year, somebody brought it to my attention that to better understand it, right, layman's terms, somebody brought it to my attention that, like, sometimes people get used, right? And it's not always for a higher purpose. Sometimes it's for a lower purpose. Sometimes it's to irritate you. Sometimes it's to try to bother you. Sometimes it's to try to provoke you. Sometimes it's to try to get you to open yourself up to taking on an energy that is of lower vibration, because you are in your own energy. So be very mindful. Like, people can get used by demons and entities to try to get reactions out of you, to simply, because you got to keep in mind, if you react and you do not have your emotions in check, you open yourself up to take some of that energy on. Years ago, when I was basically, when my battle first started with my father's spouse, um, with his passing, and like the inheritance and whatever was left for me, I'm still going through court to make sure I can receive my what I'm entitled to. But long story short, the beginning of the battle, I was trying to fight physically. I didn't put my hands on anybody physically, but I was very confused, because my father had just passed. So like a lot of stuff was still settling, and a lot of stuff was very surreal to me. And I honestly felt broken. I felt weak. And in those moments, for some reason, I don't know why the devil or Satan thinks that when you're weak, that's the best time to attack. Because I found out, with being used by God, the moments where I thought I was weak, God actually made me stronger. But in those moments in which the lower vibrations thought I was weak, I was I was very much attacked. I was attacked physically. I was tormented. I was being made fun of. I was kind of like, I was being lied on. A picture was being painted of me that was completely opposite of who I was and even who I am. And in that moment of just so much chaos going on and still trying to find grounding with my healing of losing my father physically, these lower vibrations were playing in my face. And I thought the fight was a physical fight. I had got into an argument, and that's usually not my character, but you know, when you have experienced so much in a short time frame, and these lower vibrations, they kind of just don't stop. They keep coming at you. In that moment of what I thought was weakness, of overreacting, I went off. And the next day, when I tell you I felt shitty, excuse my language, because I'm very peaceful, because I'm very simple, because I'm very humble, because I'm very light-hearted. These people carry dark energies, and I reacted in a moment of, it wasn't hate, it wasn't even anger, it was just, I was trying to tell somebody to stop, but because of my own anxiety and because of what I was currently going through, I reacted in the moment. It doesn't make me any less of the person that I am to this day, but in that moment of reacting, um, in a way that I normally wouldn't react, I took on these people's energies, and they took on some of my energy, in a sense of, I'm light, they're dark. So the next day, I didn't feel good in that moment, but in the next day, when I tell you I felt bad, it's simply because I was so provoked, I was so pushed to the edge, I was so picked at. When I did snap, when I did react, they got what they wanted. They took some of my energy, and I took on some of their lower vibrations, and I did not feel good. So I had to cleanse, I had to heal, I had to release, and then I had to come into the understanding of the battles that I'm fighting, the stuff that's being thrown at me. None of it is physical, aside from my father no longer being around. It all is spiritual, and I had to learn how to regroup. I had to learn how to ground. I had to learn how to cleanse, basically all over again, because anytime I feel like death is involved, you're going to be stripped, you're going to be broken to a certain extent, and it's simply to remove all the impurities. It's simply to remove anything that no longer serves you, because this new chapter of life that you're getting ready to embrace, this new chapter of life that you are being guided towards, this new chapter of life that you are embarking on, it serves a different purpose than the purposes you may have encountered in the past. Now you're getting closer to becoming who you were written to be. I feel like with healing, it was Baba Jolie Guided Messages on YouTube who helped me understand with our healing, for people who are healers, for people who are always striving to, you know, be optimistic and stay positive because you got tired of, you know, walking in darkness or being in confused energy, or just accepting energies that people throw at you that aren't even yours, and learning how to alchemize and transmute. She helped me understand that with healing, you're never 100% there. You're always going to have to work on yourself. You're always going to have to, you know, just return to cinder. You're always going to have to cleanse. You're always going to have to regroup. You're always going to have to ground. You're always going to have to make sure you are in alignment. And it's kind of a never ending job, just with each day we're blessed with, each opportunity we're blessed with, to be grateful, be humble, be thankful, and know that we are taken care of. You have an opportunity to understand that you get to try something, and your approach gets to be a little different if you choose that way. Arguing with fools is a waste of time. That's what Nipsey Hussle said. It's like trying to talk to somebody ignorant. And because even if you don't argue, trying to talk to somebody that simply cannot hear you, see you, or feel you, it's a waste of time, because they will never be able to receive you. 5-5 in the chat, simply because they are not there. They're not on the frequency, the vibration, the wavelength that you are currently moving at. you're ascending to, that you're getting better with. So accept people where they are, accept people for who they are, accept them if they change, accept them if they don't. Release everything with love, heal and move on. That was a constant reminder I kept getting within these past couple of weeks. Heal and move on. You can't go back to the past. You can't change what has happened. You can't change, excuse my stomach, you can't change what somebody's done to you. And there's really not even a reason to be mad. Like, when you understand that we are all here for different reasons, whether it's to continue playing something out, whether it's to be the change in the family, whether it's to be the change in the world that you wish to see, whether it's to just not do anything at all, free will. You can't save everybody, and to be truthful, you can't even save yourself. Like, as long as you're trying to do the right thing, whatever that means to you, and you have a personal relationship with God, you will be okay. But don't put yourself in situations that are going to compromise the hard work you've been putting in to become better. Don't put yourself in situations that will strip you from your gifts, because people can, if they can energetically hold you up, they can physically hold you up. They can mentally hold you up. They can emotionally hold you up. They can financially hold you up. Like, somebody that is karmic, that is repeating karmic cycles, that are displaying karmic patterns, karmic behaviors, dealing with somebody like that can essentially block your finances, right? And if you deal with them long enough, you will start to take on their characteristics. If you deal with them long enough, maybe when you start to pray moving forward, maybe your prayers are going to fall on deaf ears, because you've been getting signs, you've been getting synchronizations, you've been getting messages, you've been getting guides, you've been getting, oftentimes the messages that we get, they go unnoticed, they go unheard, they go unanswered, because it's kind of like, we want things our way, but it's not about what you want, it's about what you need. If something is not serving you, what's the purpose of keeping it around? Because it feels good, because it looks good, because it sounds good. Like, be real. If you drop dead tomorrow, tonight, today, would you be okay with the life you've led up to this point? You don't get held accountable at the end. You get held accountable now, right? And if you don't care for something, work on changing it. Nobody can do that other than you. So just a reminder, going back and forth, let that be done. Let this be a year of, don't over explain yourself. If you say something, mean what you say, stand on it, stand by it. You can stand on business, you could be as serious as you want to, or you can let the energy speak for itself. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be very, very quiet. I don't have energy to throw hate at people. I don't have energy to be evil towards people. I don't have energy to be mean. Like, I've been through so much, and I've been cleansing every day to the point where it's like, I don't like the way that shit feels. Excuse my language. I don't want to make other people feel like that. And hopefully, if they do, it's not intentional, And I pray that, just like I want people to have mercy for me and on themselves, mercy is given at the same time. So I'm sending everybody love, light, healing vibrations. I pray that whoever this message was supposed to reach, they receive it. They're able to receive some spiritual inclination to keep moving forward, to keep doing them. These videos specifically, there's 2 more lives I'm going to see if I can do. I didn't want to pull cards. I just wanted to channel messages so it can just be the direct download that I was guided to share from God. And just a reminder, you're not alone. We all go through stuff, but it's a matter of how you respond, how you handle things, and, how you allow it to affect you. Because it's not even so much about what happens to you. It's more so how you gonna move moving forward. You know what I mean? How are you going to go about things? Like, how are you going to treat yourself moving forward? How are you going to treat other people? Because, I've had people tell me that they didn't like me, and it's like, You don't know me, so I don't give a damn. In all honesty, I don't care. That's your free will. You have a right to not like me. But it sounds like that issue is not with me. It sounds like that's a personal issue. You might not even like yourself, because if you pay attention to the energy and the vibrations, people of high vibrations, they just move differently. They say different things. They vibe a little different. Like, so people trying to throw magic at me, people trying to throw confusion at me, people trying to throw evil eye at me, people trying to throw enviousness at me, I return that shit right back to sender, because it's not my energy, and that's not the energy that I put out, for damn sure. There's enough money in this world, there's enough things in this world, there's enough time that we're blessed with for everybody to win. You know what I mean? And winning is whatever you define it as. You know what I mean? Success, to me, what I heard somebody say recently, and it makes a lot of sense. Success is doing what you want, well, who you want. Nobody can tell you anything, because you're owning it. And even if they try to tell you something, it's your life. You have a right to live however you want to. Like, I'm not here to make nobody feel bad. I'm not interested in people trying to make me feel bad. I just block, delete, return back to sender. Like, you don't matter that much. I'm sorry. This is my story. This is my life. The most important character in my life is gonna be me, and I'm gonna still pour love into whatever I get guided to pour love into, wherever I go, whoever I'm exchanging energies with, whoever I'm interacting with, whoever I get told to. But yeah, no more back and forth. Let the games be over. This is chess. This is not checkers. You don't really even have to play games. And sometimes people will get mad. They put you in a game, or they make you play a game that you didn't even want to play. And, they wrote the rules, but they're losing simply because a pure heart is always going to win every single time. A person with pure intentions is always going to win every single time, because they don't move on frequencies of trying to kill, steal, or destroy. Anytime your peace is being affected, anytime your peace is being stripped from you, anytime your peace is being maybe tormented in a sense, um, it's time for you to reevaluate, like, the bigger picture of how do you want to live? What kind of energy do you want to possess? What kind of energy do you want around you? And you know what it is you're trying to do in this lifetime. uh All right, you guys, that's all I have. Just remember, no back and forth. It takes two people to argue. So if you don't entertain it, it's not an argument. If you don't go back and forth, it won't be, back and forth. So you can do whatever you want to do. I pray that you are making wise decisions for yourself. I pray that you are coming into the understanding of you are whole, you are complete. You don't need anyone or anything to complete you. Stop looking for yourself outside of yourself, because it starts with you looking in the mirror. That's all I have to say. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to do my next channel message. Bye.